Am I live? Yes, I am. And I'm gonna have my birthday with you guys. I realize 54 of y'all have been seeing me for a long time. Y'all have been subscribers, and honestly, I'm sorry I haven't been so gifting and loving with y'all on this space. Been going on Facebook because there's so many more there. But I actually like the intimate connections I get with people. Um, I like the closer knit, small spaces. I have these on, and there's no reason to have them on. But I want to talk about something. This is going to be a topic I'm going to try not to. Well, I do that well. Forget that. Ain't no trying. I'm not going to expose anyone specifically because I don't. That's not my style. I'm not really trying to avoid it. It's just not my style. Doesn't work for my understanding of life. Doesn't make me feel good about myself to out someone else to make them feel or look bad so that way I feel better. Not at all. Right now I want to talk about playing with people's energy or at least believing that someone is playing in your energy. You can call it whatever you want. We can call it playing in each other's energy, or we can call it, the chase, the game. I don't know. And I think it happens, not think, I know it happens in platonic relationships as well as romantic relationships, even the potential of them, as well as the actual fluidness of the relationship when it's already in progress. These things, the way we connect and deal with each other, we have to be patient, we have to be kind, we have to be respectful. There's things that don't work for some of us that work for others. And I think I was listening to someone on YouTube the other day saying that she said, we tend to feel like we're settling, but we always are settling at some point because no one's perfect. That was the gist of what I received from the message. And that's not verbatim her words, but the whole part of settling, we tend to feel as though we're settling when a person doesn't meet our expectations. And I have these expectations of people. I'm going to confess. My expectations are super, I don't feel like they're high personally, but I think that other people might think that. And I'm playing with this because I need something else to do with my hands while I talk about this very difficult topic. I'm just going to go there because I know I've been given that subtitle as difficult. And I get it. I get why. Because I'm in my space right now and I realize that when someone says they're going to do something, I want them to communicate if they're still able to or not. I don't care if we do it or not, or connect or not, go that place or not. A lot of times I'm okay if you cancel because I didn't really want to go anyway. Actually, I'm not like that. Well, sometimes I'll say late in as of late, I've been more of that person that doesn't really want to go anyway, or really, and that's what I think the issue is for me. Because I didn't already want to go anyway or connect anyway, you came in bombarding my space. I think that's more of what I'm upset about when it comes to relationships. I think leave people alone until you're ready to really connect. And this is not like a needy thing, guys. This is a thing of a matter of just integrity. To me, that's a simple thing. Just text or call and say, okay, not gonna work out tomorrow, today, whatever. Let's reschedule. But don't just not. If what if the Uber never came? What if you never got the Uber? You rent an Uber, the Uber never comes. You say to the person, okay, hey, son, daughter, child, friend, uncle, husband, boyfriend, whoever. The Uber didn't come. I'm not going to make it tonight. Didn't come on time and it's getting late. Whatever. I don't want to mess with this. It's communication. It's simple communication. It truly is simple communication. But just because I think it's simple, this is where I'm at right now. And I think that threshold for things that I don't like, and that settle well with me, it just makes me shadow whatever they do or mirror whatever they do, because I'm thinking, if you're like that, then obviously this is not a friendship that would be reciprocal, because I am very much that person. And I think when it comes to relationships and connections, can you truly get in the good that the people that really do resonate with you in the way you live, your philosophy, your how? And I think a lot of people get weird because they're like, oh, it's because of education. Oh, it's because you Black. Oh, it's because you white. Oh, it's because you this. And I truly don't think that that's what people are thinking. Oh, it's because you wealthy. Yes. Because let me say this, at certain levels of your life, you just don't have time for foolishness. At a certain time, and especially if the person is older and they don't even keep a calendar, and you keep a calendar, no judgment. I'll say there's no condemnation. Yes, I'm judging. I have to because I know what aligns with me has to be similar to me, at least, even by a little bit. Like 80-20, at least you've got to at least be able to hold a schedule or plan something and keep it or manage it at least and say, hey, otherwise, to me, this is me. If something or someone's not important to me, I'm just not really connecting with them anyway. And not that they're not important, but not in my inner circle. I can only handle so many people in that circle. So I get it. Again, I'm not a needy person, but one of my love languages is quality time. So to me, putting it in a calendar, or even if it's spontaneous, keeping what I'm saying is important to me, period. Now, am I perfect? Not at all, but I'm close to it when it comes to this. If you are someone that I value, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I wouldn't not text you, call you, or communicate with you, or not give to you. But maybe that's my boundaries are not tight enough in that area. But because that's why I keep it small, because I really don't, honestly, and don't look at my nails. I do need to get them shaved off. That I call myself getting my nails done without actual nails and giving my nails a break from the false nails, and the gel comes off so fast. It comes off so fast when you don't have the acrylic. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to give my nails a break because they were so thin and breaking. I don't know how people do it, keep them on all the time like that, but they grow back. It's one of the parts of our body, like a reptile. Anyway, we got to be able to, especially as we start to age. And I get it. Like a lot of people, let me get some water. I'm going to pause. I wonder if I can pause this. I need water. Well, maybe I'll just close it. I don't want to end it. Where's the pause button? Oh, okay, hold on. I hope I don't come across like I'm yelling, because my voice has been strained from just the crying, the yelling at church, and I was preaching, y'all, crazy. And then, I sing too, so my singing, even if I'm not singing for anyone, I'm singing, practicing, because I always want to be ready. Let me get this water away from my computer. I had dropped my phone into my bath water. Anyway, I feel like what I've been experiencing from humans is I have to put people in categories. And I've heard people say this so many times. I don't like it. I don't like that, because I do think that if you meet energetically, however you meet someone, or if the persons are of relative, okay, they could be a relative too. Even still, you have to meet them, right? Because you can have relatives you never met or family. I think they're relatives till they're family. That's how I feel. Like I just know you by birth, connection to a family, relative, friend, or whatever. But if we grew up together, we all had time together, we did stuff together, that to me is family. So I have that connection with those people that I did that with in different timelines, actually. So from like 7 to 13, 16, I had a whole different family. And then when I turned 16, I moved to be with my other family, my mother's side, my mother's children. But before that, I was with my mother's godmother's children because my grandmother was very close to two women. One adopted my mother, and the other one became a godmother after the other one passed, after the actual adopted mother passed away. And my grandmother did want to get her daughter back, which is my mother. However, the lady was older, and she had gotten attached. And by the time she passed away, my mom was old enough to make her own decision. So she went to be with her family, father's side, then the mother's side. Anyway, I do own the rights to the story. So if you use it, you need to pay me, period. And that'll be a copyright infringement because everything I say is being copywritten, period. Period. And I don't mean to be scared, but have reverence for other people's stories. We can share whatever, but it's our story. But I share this story because I think that people need to understand who you are. I think relationships have to be cultivated. And honestly, I don't understand this culture of the wanting to jump into the sacred exchanges so frequently and so early on when you don't fully know a person. Not to say no, and again, no condemnation, because listen, the struggle is real, I get it. But I tell you the truth, I think that for me, these relationships, I want to do better. I want us to do better. I think, do I relax my expectations? Yes, sometimes it's okay to do that. But that person that I have to relax my expectations for, they can't be in my sacred, or whatever you want to call it, micro circle. Just like you throw that rock into the rock into the ocean or the river, and then the ripple comes, there's levels to the friendships. It has to be, because of the way other people operate, in my opinion, because I'm one who could probably handle about 20, 30 in a circle because that's how I grew up, churches and stuff. So we always had a bunch of people in our energy all the time. It wasn't nothing to have that many close friends and treat them like close friends as well. That relationships are reciprocated, healthy, not fighting and yelling kind of relationships and always got an attitude about something. Those kind of relationships don't work, or you don't listen to the other person, or you're constantly judging everything the other person says. Sometimes you get into the attitude of joking about what they say, joking about their creative side, joking about how you see them out loud to them because you feel safe to do that, because it's probably not happening on the other flip, right? And not in that way, at least. And if there is something you have not expressed that to the person, then that's kind of on you and on the person that hasn't said anything either, both sides. And I've definitely been in those situations where I'm like, I don't really want to make waves about this. I just laugh or I get quiet. It's not a one person thing. This is a long time coming, where I'm like, at this stage, I don't want to deal with trying to be so loyal and keeping this high threshold to deal, shrink, and be something else so other people are comfortable, because I'm uncomfortable, or not even so much about something else so they're comfortable, but that I feel uncomfortable with it. And yet I remained in it because of the loyalty. Or maybe there was some relationship that's deep, but at some point, somebody got to give where you're like, man, this is hurting me. And honestly, it's like a paper cut by 1,000 deaths, however you say that. One death by 1,000 paper cuts. And we tend to believe that we're the ones doing something wrong if we go, or if we decide that this is not good for us. You feel it's not good for you because of how it makes you feel. But remember, your experiences is all you have. It's simply how it makes you feel. That's it. It's literally just that. And so everything else comes from also what your experiences is with that person. Is it consistent? Are they consistent or inconsistent? Have they come through or haven't they come through? Do they give a lot of lip service? And if it is leading to something healthy or good, amicable, still is it for your highest good? Will you reach your fullest potential in these connections or attachments or relationships, both platonic and or romantic? And I'm not talking about our children, but I think at some point we have to look at that too. At a certain age for them, when they get to a certain age, you have to look at them too and say, "Who? Okay, you know." And I'm not at the age where I'm really looking at that yet with them because they're still in their teens. So to me, I go with where they're at, honestly. But for me, also legally and lovingly, I will wait till their frontal lobe has fully developed, according to science. That's where I'm at with that. I'll give them 3 years after the frontal lobe has fully developed. My boys are fully, like, I feel like I get advice from them. They're only 13 and 17. They have, to me, sometimes I feel like they're smarter than me. But that's just my boys. But still, I'm going to give them till their frontal lobe has fully developed before I start putting up heavy restrictions or boundaries, which I don't think I'll have to because we do the boundaries now. We talk about things now that are hard, not easy things, but we talk about them. And I think that's what makes all the difference. And I think that's what makes the difference in relationships in general. It doesn't have to be long communications. It just needs to be communicated. Something. Some of my best friends text right back. I like people who text right back, but I will mirror the energy of someone who doesn't text right back. And it's fine. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be too fast either if that person's not. And I don't know why I do it. I just kind of naturally do it. It's not a big deal for me to match your energy. I'm not giving more than you give. I'm not giving less than you give. I'm giving exactly what you give. And then at some point, if it's too much for me, I'm cutting it off because I can't be bothered. And if I have missed something beautiful because of it, then I'll have to eat that later. Because in this reality, at this moment, in this time, you are showing me something that I don't like, and it doesn't help me. It's not helping me. It's not helping me to feel like my highest self. It makes me feel like what? Can have you feeling like different things. And especially if you're already going through things that is outside of those persons. And they come in with who they are. They can't help it. So that's why it's important for us to choose. Each person has to choose. And yeah, you can look at, well, they give me grace. You know what? It's okay. Whether they gave you grace or not, you still got to be okay with them making a decision. Everybody has to be okay with whatever decision people make. Some people have had such a high threshold for pain, suffering, and struggle that it doesn't even faze them anymore. and they can get in an energy one or two directions. They can go in a negative way where they could, so the struggle could be an unaliving, like that deep. Some people are there. Some people have that as a struggle. And whether it was imposed upon them or that was just something that they cultivated in themselves because how they felt about themselves with the respect of other people, with the introspective view of someone else and how they view them, because that's really what it is. A lot of times, because energy is so beautifully intense, it can be one or the other spectrums. Okay, it's so polarized. Good, whatever we call good. I don't like good and bad, but good and bad, if that, if that helps you to understand it. But having those two polarized experiences with people, you gotta still, that's why you have to do the decision making. You can't really wait for someone else to do it, or wait for them to change, or wait for them to get there or understand you. All these things, they waste your time. And honestly, it's not because you don't love or care. It's just that what's going to happen to you if you continue on in the direction that doesn't align with your higher self? What's going to happen to you? What are the implications for you? That's the thing. And that's what you have to pay attention to. How does it feel for me? And especially if the other parties are unwilling to talk. When people talk through things, there is beautiful things that happen. But when we don't, things they just continue on. And honestly, how you talk about it is important too, and timing and breaks are good. But I also feel like, for me, if you are a friend, you and I know that we need time together. I love the 5 love languages because I studied that book to understand myself and the people around me. So I know that my love language is quality time, period. And words of affirmation. So that's not just someone praising me, but just conversation, good, wholesome conversation about things that are higher than us. I love that. It's foreplay. It's beautiful. Time. Treasure is another one. I do like gifts of all kinds. I love gifts. I don't like surprises, but I love gifts. I love gifts, and that's something you need to know about yourself. And those 3, all of us have all 5 love languages. But what are your top 3? My top 3, I would say quality time would be my top one. And treasure would be acts of service for me. Like within acts of service, I like gifts. I like treasure being, spent. But I love quality time over that. I don't really want someone gifting me or giving me treasure if they have a bad heart about it. That would not be good for me, to accept gifts from someone who is stingy or going to be constantly, bringing it into your face. Someone can be wealthy and stingy, and somebody could be not so wealthy and generous. I know I'm a generous person. That's why I need another person in my life that would be generous, whether it be friend, platonic or romantic. We all have to know what we require for us to feel loved and to have people in that sacred space. And again, this doesn't go for our children. This is all platonic or romantic adult relationships, not charities either, not charity cases. Because sometimes we're in situations where we're dealing with a charity case. And I know we use that term in a negative sense sometimes, but this is not meant to be in a negative sense. It truly is. Sometimes people are called to you for you to help them, not for them to reciprocate. But you can't have too many of those relationships like that, or you will burn out. No way you could survive it. Long term, at some point, something has to give. Period. It's period. Okay, listen. I don't think I've had a heart to heart like this. Maybe I have. I don't know. I'll look back at those videos. The 3 lessons, we always have to pull 3 out of this before we end. Got 5 minutes, 5:55 on the clock. My mom passed away at 5:55. I am so grateful that humans exist, but you also know there's non-humans among us. And I'm not trying to be funny, but you got to know that. If you don't know that by now, gosh, I'm really worried about you. And I really mean that, because there are good, I feel like, because I'm human, I understand what humans do. I don't think we're all that freaking different. So there are things that are being done out there that are not from humans. I don't know what else to say. And I don't know why we don't think that there's other intellectual beings like us in this galaxy, when we have dogs who act like humans. They've evolved. We got monkeys. We see these stories. People are showing us on, you're not making this up. And AI has always been around. It's just that not everyone had access to it. And now all of us have access to it. That's the difference. The laypersons have access to AI. And there's a reason for that. Not all of us, I have not even evolved as much as I'd like to. I'm afraid to go too far. And we have to work on that. Because what's wrong with evolving? Nothing. They make it sound so scary. But if you look at every evolutionary being, you see greatness from their evolvement. You don't usually see demise unless people don't evolve. You say same and you say stuck. So if you won't use a calendar, I mean, that's an evolution for some people. Using a calendar, our phones, all of them have them. And I get it. Maybe you don't want to be tracked. I get it. You can come up with a code. People have created languages of their own for many centuries. You think you can't have your own language? You can decode your calendar. If something's important to you, you'll do it. If someone's important to you, you'll connect with them. You will have time with them. You know, you will be able to be a part of who they are. And you won't do it with sinister intentions, or allow yourself to think that you are so high or mighty than me. They love you and need you so much that they won't leave, that they won't stop giving you access to them, because you're hurting them. You're taking for granted the relationship. These relationships should not be taken for granted. Just because someone's loving, kind, respectful, generous with their time, talent, and treasure doesn't mean you'll get to have that all forever. You have to take time to get to know people and spend time and like them and love them. Those things come in different phases sometimes. They don't come all at once, but definitely don't play in people's energy if you don't like them, because the karma will be only yours. You'll be creating things for yourself that you don't like, and then wondering why things are happening. Not because someone did something, it's because of you. You did that. You created this. You're playing games with people's energy and messing with them. You think you're going to get away with it, and you're not, because we don't live like that. Humans don't do that. And if you were human, you would know not to do that. And then there's times where we do things that we don't realize we're doing. And I bet that I'm that person too. So then we look at that and we say, you know what? I do that too. There's different things that we can relate to that we do that non-human intellectual beings don't do. Or, and I'm not saying this as a shot, but cultures. There's 7 continents. And on all 7 continents are very, very wide, beautiful in different countries. And in each of those different countries, there's different cultures and there's different languages. So these are mostly all humans too, right? They're all human, a lot of them, but they may have aliens among them too. And laugh if you want or not believe me, but aliens not meaning a different country, we do that. America, we call people aliens or immigrants, we use those terms, but in their culture, they call them things, they have names for that too when someone comes from a different continent. So these are still humans we're talking about. Humans understand humans across culture, across continents. We understand each other. You get on YouTube, get on Instagram, you'll see. This is why I don't understand people who don't want to evolve into internet connection. You have to build your own understanding of that space. You got to know how much you can handle, but do not turn your head from it. Do not delete it. Do not walk away from it. It is the evolution. You're going to meet it. You do not want to be stuck in the energy of unknowing when it comes to the cyberspace. You will find yourself in a tower moment when it all comes to fruition and you are completely outside of it. Not to say you can't evolve, but even Walgreens, they were doing really great. And then this .com came and they decided, you know what? Quietly, they decided that we're going to get on top of this and let the internet be a part of our resources that we offer. Their website is so beautifully done. They heard what was said about them. These things are not uncommon, these evolutions. I mean, I grew up in the 90s, and that's when the internet really became a thing. But at that time, it wasn't as evolved as it is now. We couldn't do videos like this. I think they were uploading things though, because there was things being found on the internet. So they were doing pictures and things. I really didn't have that type, but I could search things. We always were searching things. But it didn't have it wasn't as fancy as it is now. Let's just say that. And that was when the Mac was really cheap and Mac had just started. It wasn't Apple at the time. I mean, I think they might have called it Apple, but the Mac was what most people had in their homes. We didn't know the value of that. So many of us probably don't even still have it, but those who knew the value of it still have those Macs, and they probably sold them to museums by now. Listen, it is what it is. So with all of that, I want to land. It's 33 minutes and 19 seconds. So went a little over. I won't keep you. Thank you for taking the time. And if you love these videos and love me, love or like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you want to hear more of. I don't like the spiel at the end, honestly, because let me know what you want to hear more of. Is not too cliche, I guess, but I just never really have done it, but I'm saying it. Like, share, comment if you want to. How about that? Much love. Thank you for tuning.